As some of you may or may not know, I've recently launched my campaign seeking nomination for the Mayor's Office of Edmonton. There's a couple of reasons I'm doing this. One, I'm really trying to draw attention to the municipal elections in general, and our capacity to vote and your obligation to vote. It's a direct challenge to a couple of our local city councillors and their proposed changes to the nomination process and requirements. Back in March, a couple of our councillors were interviewed, and from my interpretation of their words, I'll put a link down below. You can check out the article, you can read it for yourself, make your own interpretations. But from my interpretation, a couple of councillors would like to limit your access to viable candidates. Now, the way that they're seeking to do this is they're seeking to make it harder for the average person to run for city council. What they're looking to do is they're looking to increase the deposit and increase the number of signatures that are needed. Now, I agree with the signatures. I'm not against that at all. What I am against is the increase from $100 to $1,000. In fact, I'm totally against having to pay a deposit, period, which is part of the reason why I'm refusing to, even though I'm putting together a platform. They would like to limit your options by reducing the number of viable candidates. Now, the way they're going to reduce the number of viable candidates is they're going to make it harder for everyday citizens to run. In my eyes, having money doesn't make you a viable candidate. As a citizen, I feel it's my right to run for office, even if you guys don't vote for me. It's not about that. It's not about voting for me. I mean, obviously I want to get nominated. Obviously I want this to go forward, but I already know it's not going to because I don't have the money for it. Public elections, local elections, are out of reach for a large majority of us simply because we don't have deep pockets. So his argument is what this is doing is it's allowing just anybody to run. Weird. What it's doing in his eyes is it's watering down the pool of candidates. From my interpretation, he views this as a threat. Now, the reason that he views this as a threat is because in his eyes, it requires you to do more work. It requires you to do some research. It requires you to actually know your candidate that you're electing. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the whole idea? For you to be involved in the vote, for you to be involved in the election, and for you to be involved in the campaign? There are currently politicians, there are currently city councillors downtown working against you and working against me. What we need downtown is we need fresh faces, fresh ideas, fresh thoughts. We need fresh discussions. I want to bring the message. I want you guys to get out and vote in this election. I want you guys to get out there. I want you to support a candidate. I want you to do your research. Prove Councillor Michael Oshry wrong. Prove to him that you can do your research. Prove to him that no matter the number of candidates, you are smart enough to choose somebody that represents you. On that, I'll be back with another episode. Next, we'll talk about the budget. We'll see how our money's being spent, where it's being spent. We'll talk about some things I agree with, some things I disagree with, and some things that I think we could do a little bit better in. So I'll put a couple links to the open data down below. You guys can see all the information that I'm going to talk about there. Let me know if you guys agree with anything. Let me know if you disagree. send me an email. Send me your thoughts on everything. Send the councillors an email. Let them know your thoughts. The basic idea is to get you out and vote, to show you that it doesn't take money to be a viable candidate, that it is a direct challenge to their thinking. It's a direct challenge to the way things are being done and the way things are done. I'll be back in a few days with another episode. I'll outline a few more things. We'll get to the bottom of everything. You guys can let me know your thoughts. Until then, we'll see you on the next episode.